Hi, this is Shan, and this channel is about how to build better relationships and better connections with people by increasing our social skills. And one social skill that I wanted to talk about today that's already been on my mind is how to spot certain red and green flags, specifically on the green flags. We all know to look out for red flags, but we don't always know to look out for green flags. And in my research for this video, there's this YouTuber called Anna Psychology, shout outs to her, and I'll have a link to her video below that actually further inspired this video, where she didn't just clarify green and red flags, but she also threw in yellow flags, which I thought was very useful, and to make these three different distinctions. So definitely check out her video below, because I will be referring to that to kind of help segue into what flags, the red, green, and yellow flags to look out for when you're just meeting someone. Whereas she talked about relationships, I'm talking about the actual initial connection, the actual meeting of somebody. There, you still have to look out for certain flags, and I listed a few that I thought would be very helpful for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First, we have to define our definitions. So first, what is a green flag? A green flag is are basically behaviors, actions, or just all around results that you're looking for in the relationship you're trying to create, right? Whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, or if you're networking for business or what have you, even if you're reconnecting with someone from the past, your initial connections, you can still see green flags. You can still see, signs that this person is at the very least capable of giving you what you are looking to get out of the relationship. So that's what I would consider green flags to look for in introductions. Red flags are, of course, the opposite of that, right? The things that you don't want, the things that results that and consequences that you are not looking for, and behaviors and discussions that can lead to those unwanted consequences. Those are things that you already know you don't want. So those are red flags. And then the yellow flags are they're not exactly a no-go, but they're worth keeping an eye on, right? They're not exactly a deal breaker for you, but it could be based on your tolerance level. It really just depends on your tolerance level at that point. However, the yellow flags are just, you might want to keep your eye on this one. You might want to watch to see, okay, how far is this person going to take a potentially negative behavior or value? How far is this person going to take it? Can they temper this? Can we find a way around this? Or is this going to be a problem in the future? So that's what I would consider to be yellow flags. By the way, I'm just giving 3 flags for each color. There is definitely more. This is by no means an exhaustive list. This is just something to kind of get your ideas flowing, get things going, something to look out for, something to keep in mind, and maybe even build up that list to fit your unique needs. So please keep that in mind. By no means I'm an expert in this for that very reason. Everyone has their own unique red flags, yellow flags, and green flags. It really comes down to each individual. But there's also general, social rules that we can all follow. And I just came up with 3. 3 for each. So I hope this is helpful. All right. Now, down to the red flag. Red flag number 1. If this person, remember, this is when you're just meeting people, right? This is your introductions. This is, you're virtually strangers up to that point, right? And you just meet this person and they're making fun of you right off the bat. They're teasing you right off the bat. Y'all don't know each other. Who is this person to try to make fun of you or try to use you for, a punching bag for all intents and purposes? And it's not that you can't take a joke. It's not that you don't think things are funny. It's just like, what does that say about the person where the only way they can build a connection with you, or maybe even people around you, say they're only making fun of you in front of a group? What does that say with the person who only knows how to make connections by making fun of other people, trying to chip away at other people's confidence and self-esteem, with the deprecating humor? That's a huge red flag for that type of person. Something you definitely want to keep your eye on. This could show that this is the type of person who, might think that they're better than you, or might want to show or prove that they're better than you in some way. And in my opinion, that's a red flag. When you're just making introductions and you're just trying to get to know yourself, I get wanting to size people up, but if it's an instant competition, which is what that kind of teasing can lead to, you might want to consider whether you want to maintain that connection. All right. Red flag number 2. If this person, again, when you just meet them and they're instantly sharing all of their emotions and all of their problems and all of their stuff with you, especially if it's negative, right? If you meet them and they're instantly complaining, they're instantly dumping all of their emotional drama on you. You just got there, but they're already making you responsible for their emotional baggage. That's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. This is, for one reason or another, I think that shows a sign of immaturity right off the bat. That's not the kind of connection you want to make. All right, red flag number 3. There are consequences for disagreements. And what do I mean by consequences? Obviously, I'm talking more on the negative sense, right? If you have a disagreement with someone, especially someone you just met, is offended and tends to make people pay for consequences, whether it's, through like tease or maybe like giving a bad aura, or if there are, consequences for disagreeing with this person, either at you or maybe at other people around them. If there are consequences for the disagreement, then it's only a matter of time. It could be small now, but it will definitely be big later. So this is definitely a red flag to look out for. Okay. Yellow flag number 1. Unclear communication. I know this is in my opinion, this is a yellow flag because unclear communication isn't exactly it's not exactly a red flag right off the bat, because there's a lot of reasons why someone might be unclear in their communication. 1, they might not know what they're talking about. 2, they might have had a very interesting day before they met up with you, and they might be a little out of sorts. There's a lot of reasons for unclear communication. It doesn't mean that this person is a bad person and couldn't be a good connection in the future. It just means keep an eye out, right? Will they have unclear communication in the future? Because if the answer to that is yes, then can relationships exist without clear communication, right? Communication is how you establish, said boundaries and shared values and shared beliefs and shared goals. So if the communication is not clear, then of course this is going to be a problem in the future. But right now, for all you know, this person might be having a bad day. You never know. So I'd say it's a yellow flag. But again, it's totally up to your tolerance level. Yellow flag number 2. If the person is always agreeing with you, trust me on this. Because some of y'all, look, some of us in certain circumstances, in certain situations, we like it when people agree with us. We like it when people mirror our sayings. We like it when people, things were the bee's knees. We like people who like us, right? I don't know if you noticed, but that is a very common social skill that you always see where, if you want people to like you, agree with everything they're saying, mirror every action that they have. And it gets to the point where it's robotic. It gets to the point where you can tell it's not genuine because the person probably didn't take time to think about what you actually said, because the person probably didn't didn't enhance what you actually said, didn't expand on your idea. They just accepted your idea for your ideas. And it's usually multiple, right? They just accept your ideas for what you said. They mirror every action that you're doing to the point where it's robotic, right? Yellow flag. Yellow flag number 3. If the person is a little bit too pushy with reconnecting with you, right? If the person is just a wee bit too eager in trying to have a second connection with you, just a wee bit. Like, yes, of course, the whole point of going out and making friends and making connections and, making romantic connections is so you all can see each other again. Everyone knows this. But we also have our own lives. We have our own things that we did before we showed up to that connection, and we have to get back to it. So and this is the hard thing for everyone. Everyone has to learn this one way or the other. But sometimes you might be into someone, you might have felt a connection, you might felt like, yeah, we connect, yeah, we're on point. But the person might not feel the same way about you. It sucks, but it happens all the time where that person's feeling you as a friend, as a date, as a, business partner, but you might not be feeling them. It happens all the time. And it sucks. However, that's something we have to work with. So the reason why I say this is a yellow flag is because if the person doesn't really understand or feels like they have to make a connection just because you said, you were cordial, you were nice, y'all talked, it was a decent conversation, but based on that alone, they want to make that connection. They want to make a reconnection now. They want to see, like, they want to see you. They want that second date. They want you to come to their seminar. They want you to come to their website. They want, and it has to be now before you forget. And the energy is just very yellow flag. Person could be nervous. Person could be desperate. Person, probably has good intentions, but they're just there's that urgency. Of course, the other option is that person might be trying to take something from you. That person might want to get you into a connection, build a relationship with you that, yes, would be beneficial for them, obviously, but doesn't give you time to think and consider how the relationship would be beneficial to you. Or if they tell you how the relationship is beneficial to you, but doesn't give you time to consider what they're saying. Look, you can tell people how great and awesome you are and how you can make their lives better. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And if you have the confidence to do so without, turning people off with it, because there is a way that you can be, a little douchey about it. I don't know a better word for that, but it can get douchey. um, if I come up with a better word, I'll write it like up here somewhere. But or full of yourself. But there again, technically there's nothing wrong with explaining to people how being in a relationship with you would be mutually beneficial. However, there has to be space. You have to let people consider, and you have to allow people to say no, and it not be so, right? Because when it gets to that point of that urgency and y'all just met, it's very sus. In my opinion, it's very sus. It's very, eyebrow raise, right? All right. And by the way, do you agree with these yellow flags? These are totally my opinions. Do you agree with the yellow flags that I put down? Or do you think these are actually red flags and I'm just, giving people too much credit? Let me down below. I would love to get your feedback on this. All right. Finally, we have our green flags. Our green flags are, all right, I like this person. It seems like this person, likes me. It seems like we might be good for a second meeting. Let me keep going unless and until I see those yellow or red flags, right? These are good signs. Right? So we'll keep going until, right? So here are some green flags. I'm going to just quickly go through them. Y'all have excellent rapport. And it's not, and when I say rapport, I don't just mean surface level of, the niceties and the etiquette. Hi, how are you? Oh, it's nice to see you. Oh, it's nice to meet you too. Where do you work? What do you do? Small talk, right? I get small talk is important for building rapport, and you could certainly use that to build up to rapport, which, by the way, definitely on the list of videos that I have to make on how to do small talk, especially for those of us who are not super great at it. However, if you can get beyond the small talk, if you're getting to the point where you're asking each other poignant questions, they don't have to be personal, but they have to be poignant. All right, I'm going to write it down somewhere. I'm poignant, okay? Where they are clear, specific, unique to this conversation, to this person that because you two are gaining information from each other and you're building off of that information. That is so key. Because that is instant proof. You're not telling this person how you're an asset to their life. You are proving it by actually enhancing their ideas. That's a winner chicken dinner right there. All right. So you're building rapport. You are proving that you are an actual asset. You're not just telling, you're proving it. Okay. And of course, they're an asset to you because you're bouncing off of each other. So keep that in mind. All right, green flag number 2. This is kind of going back to the yellow flag where they agree with everything you're saying. But the difference between that yellow flag, where the yellow flag is they just agree, but they don't give thought to it. The green flag is when they actually do. When they're actually giving thought to what you're saying. You give an idea, for example, you say a new idea, you have a new, you say a perspective, whether it's new, whether it's old, what have you, and this person actually stops. They pause. They think about it. They're pondering it. I don't think that's something that's easily faked because it's so unique to each individual. You actually have to have listening skills. That person has to actually listen to you. So that person actually has listening skills and is actually sincere in getting to know you. I'd say that's a green flag to watch out for. And they mirror it back. So that's a very important. All right, green flag number 3. You feel enhanced after this conversation with this person. And as you could tell, all the green flags are connecting with each other, right? You feel enhanced by talking to this person. After you talk to this person, you feel like you're better, you came out better from that conversation rather than depleted, right? Even if you were being challenged, even if that person was challenging you, challenging your ideas, challenging your behavior, challenging your thoughts, even if it was a challenge that forced you to refine your ideas rather than challenge to attack and destroy your ideas. So really with the flags, there's a general theme with the flags that I have here. The green flags are when you meet someone and you feel like you come out better from the conversation. The red flags and the yellow flags are you meet someone and you feel depleted from the conversation. You feel like you gave more than you got back. So that's the general theme. And I hope, I made that clear. If there's another theme that you caught on, please put it down in the comments. I would love to hear. But that was the theme as I was writing this out. I was like, oh, when you meet someone in the introductions, do you feel enhanced? Do you feel better after meeting that person? Or do you feel depleted? And that's the ultimate lesson of the last green flag. No matter what, do you feel like after this conversation that this person gave back to you, and do you feel like you gave to them, right? And why? Can you actually point out, can you actually give specifics as to how you both enhanced each other? These are green flags to look out for and to maybe, consider reconnecting with that person. If you don't have these green flags, I'm not saying that you can't try again. You can't have a second meeting and, give it your best shot in another time. But it might not be a no-go right at that second. That's okay. There's always another day. There's always another chance you can meet that person or maybe meet someone else who might be a better fit for you. So those are my green, yellow, and red flags. I hope you like them. I hope they were helpful. If you are interested, I already did another video, like my very first video on this channel. It's called Sociable Adults with ADHD, Autism, and Awkwardness. There's a card somewhere. It'll pop up. I also have a website, www.relatetoshan.com. I also have an Instagram handle under the same name. Feel free to check those out. I am, slowly but surely getting back into the swing of things. And once I am fully in the swing of things, expect a newsletter, expect emails. I like to write. Writing is my favorite thing. So yes, I look forward to getting to know you and reading the comments. Please like and share so more people can get in on this conversation. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.